Now we can engage with the soul council and ask them questions. And what we're leading to is, for me, the real purpose of the soul council. It isn't to judge us. It isn't to promote us to some level of power. It's simply to teach us. So we want to extract from them the spiritual lessons that we can learn. So in a sense, we're not earth beings having spiritual experiences. We're spiritual beings having earth experiences. And those earth experiences are tangible ways in which we can put into practice spiritual principles. So we manifest as physical beings and we take on different roles as characters, and we engage in different plot lines. So this gives us the chance to experience everything from every side. So we get a full, balanced view of humanity and the spirituality that is encapsulated within it. So now we can ask the soul council questions that can make it clear to us why the characters that we chose were part of our spiritual journey, and what way the plots were significant for the spiritual lessons. It can take our earthly experiences and communicate to us fully how and why they happened at a spiritual level. So we can ask them, can we visit the soul council now? And as we get there, how did karma affect my present life issues, circumstances, and events? How do recent past lives and the present life fit into the context of all the lives? How did karma affect the relationship with the significant soul of my soul group? How are my present karmic circumstances helping resolve interactive karma? So in order to answer these questions, our soul council will refer to the life circumstances that we've taken and say, the reason you had an incarnation is this, and then the opposite one is that, is because they balanced each other out. So I can give you an idea now of the kind of ways that soul councils are going to apply, the kind of things they're going to reference. Our clients, through the conventional frame of reality, will have their character defined as their gender, their sexuality, their race, religion, body type. They will be defined by their professions. Across time, this can be soldier, laborer, their family roles that they have. They may have very little family, or be part of a large family, which is the dominating and defining aspect of their being. So we can define the character of our client's present life through all these ways, and we can define each of their many past lives in all these ways as well. Our client's gender, sexuality, race, profession can vary markedly through a number of their past lives. And the reasons for these changes can be so that people can learn spiritual lessons, so that they can meet with soulmates and take different roles. And our clients in their present life and in their past lives can be characterized by certain plot lines. Our clients now or in the past may be rich or poor, or move from being poor to rich or rich to poor. Some will have exciting, glamorous lives. Some will have quiet, humble, anonymous lives. Some have lives of indulgence. Some a life of service. Some are materially orientated, some spiritually. So when we ask the questions to our soul council, how did karma affect my present life issues, circumstances, and events? Well, the soul council may say, your past karma as a man, as a soldier, as a fatherless man who died early and young and struggled was one experience we wanted you to have. As a soldier, you created karma with certain people. That is why you're reborn as a woman, as a nurse, as a mother who was physically small and experienced a materially comfortable life. We didn't want you to have to worry or fight for material resources. We ensured that you had them. We didn't want you to continue to abuse physical power. You had karmic duties to those that you'd heard as a soldier, so you're able to take care of them as a mother. So our soul guides can refer to the characters and plots of our past lives and explain to us how things balance out. Explain to us how the past seeds that we sowed influence the kind of characters or plots that we could be born into. And the interweaving plots with other souls can be part of the answer to the questions: how did karma affect the relationship with the significant soul in my soul group? How are present karmic circumstances helping resolve interactive karma? And like a story, these characters and plots exist mainly to communicate a theme. In this sense, the theme is the spiritual lesson. So we can ask the soul council, what was the spiritual theme of that past life? What is the spiritual theme of this present life? What are the spiritual lessons across many of my past lives? These spiritual lessons work as part of the spiritual frame, so that as we review our many lives, we can see what happens when we don't learn our spiritual lessons and eventually realize that we can learn acceptance. If we accept things, we don't react to perpetuate the cycle of karma. We understand that bad things can happen to us, but we can accept it because we can go beyond the frame of good or bad. What appeared to be a bad circumstance in one life was a good opportunity to balance out and pay back karmic debts. We let go and help resolve karma. Another lesson is to self-actualize. So once we avoid creating bad karma by accepting what is, we can too self-actualize, which is now be proactive to create good karma, and we can begin to see past the self. Thirdly, forgiveness. We can see the different roles we've played, our misdeeds and the misdeeds of others, the emotions we had, and the cycle that we got trapped in: anger, betrayal, guilt, excessive self-punishment, punishment of others. So we learn that it is best to forgive. And fourthly, we can be forgiven by understanding the karmic actions that we took and taking new steps to atone for them. Fifthly, we can reconcile the inner conflicts, so we can have dualistic conflict within ourselves, material versus spiritual. So the lessons can be to move away from seeing things purely through a conventional frame of good versus bad, right and wrong, material versus spiritual, and judging or comparing any of these. So we reconcile them and have that spirit of understanding reality as it is through its multiple layers without contradiction, and therefore being at peace with it and gaining clarity on the actions to take and the states of being to have while we do them. So once the soul council has told us about the conventional characters and plots that we play in this life and in past lives, we can see the spiritual level of reality of how we are many of these, and it can lead us to the spiritual lessons. And your clients will be able to tell you what their spiritual lessons are. Their soul council will tell you. These are 5 popular ones. You'll notice patterns. And next we can look at some of the 3 key spiritual principles that underlie most spiritual lessons.